Good morning, everyone. We'll be starting our OCC webinar call shortly. I see that we still have people that are popping in on the call. If you can hear me, you can please type in your question box. Yes, Yvette, I can hear you. Wonderful, thank you. Thank you. Okay, great. We will be starting shortly. Good morning, or I should say good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our February 17th OCC webinar call. We have several people that are on the line today. And again, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule so that we can update you on the upcoming events and going on that is USAGSO West Pacific. So let's begin. Now, as always, we do a nice little review of our control box that we have to the side. If you have any questions during the presentation, please enter your question into the question log box that you'll see right here. Now, we're not going to use the raise your hand function, and that's because many times that hand just pops up, and when I ask questions, people are like, oh no, Yvette, I didn't have one. So if you have any questions, just type them in the box. So today, this is our agenda. We're going to have our executive update. We're going to have a registration update, talk about program, lots of things going on. As we're winding down our cookie program, there's still some things that we have to remember. We're going to talk about adult learning and then have our shop update. There's a lot of great things happening in the shop. For those of you that haven't been there to visit, you need to come up and see. But let's talk about that during the shop update, what's happening. Now, joining me on the call today is also Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara, are you there?
I'm here.
Wonderful.
Hello, everyone.
So as we move on, our first thing, of course, it is to have our executives update. So Miss Barbara, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. I had wanted to share some exciting news on a couple of items, and I'm going to start with Stephanie Ortiz-Sidlick. She is our Chief USAGSO Executive, and she will be on a West Pacific tour beginning February 28th through March 12th. And she's going to be coming to Seoul, South Korea, Okinawa, and mainland Japan. During Stephanie's visit, that she will be taking base tours. That we have scheduled a number of command meetings with the Overseas Committee Management team leadership, and she also has requested meetings with volunteers, meetings with New York Civilian, Tokyo, and Kyoto Girl Scouts. And then meetings with Girl Scouts Korea and Japan, their leadership. Now, going back to New York Civilian, you know that there are 3 regions within USAGSO. One is New York Civilian, one is North Atlantic, and of course our very own West Pacific. Because we have some committees that are not a part of West Pacific, that she will have an opportunity to meet with 2 of those groups. And one would be Tokyo, and then of course there's Kyoto, and then there is a committee or a location in Kobe. She probably won't have a chance to do Kobe, but we have a free Sunday if she needs to plot that out. The purpose of Stephanie's meeting is that for her to get a sense of the changes that will be occurring, that we know especially in South Korea, as it is projected as a growth area for Army, and that of course includes Humphreys. So additionally, that she always likes to check in with volunteers to talk more about what do we need to promote our Girl Scout membership. What do you need? So that she'll have that conversation with our volunteers. And then, of course, meetings with the Girl Scouts of Korea and Japan, that their leadership, because we are a part of WAGS, that it's a great opportunity for her also to check in with our WAGS partners, because we have such a huge, robust relationship with Girl Scouts of Korea and Girl Scouts of Japan. It's an opportunity for them also to give feedback in terms of West Pacific's involvement, or even just not just West Pacific's involvement, but in terms of the great opportunities that we have jointly for our girls and for membership in our organizations. The second is that I would like to talk just a little bit about the newsletter. There is a quarterly newsletter that does go out. There is a that's it. That I'm wondering how many of you all are receiving the quarterly newsletter. Can you just raise your hands?
Just type in the box and let us know if you're receiving that. A wonderful newsletter.
It's a combination of all of USAGSO. The regions are represented here, and of course there will always be an article from our chief USAGSO executive in that, but it's really informative. It talks about, it brings in all the great things that are happening at GSUSA, so that you will have an opportunity to see what everyone will be receiving overseas. And if you would like to pin, if your committee would like to pin an article for the quarterly newsletters, please just let us know and we'll make sure that we get it in, because we coordinate for West Pacific, and there's the New York Served, and then there's the North Atlantic, and we combine all of the articles to roll out into our quarterly newsletter on that one. And we're expecting one out, this week. So please look forward to the quarterly newsletter. And I should say, if you do not receive the quarterly newsletter, please let us know on that one. The last piece of exciting news, as we are working to become one USAGSO, that is our website. Currently, that we have redesigned the exciting USAGSO website, and you could see across at the banner that about Girl Scouts, then there's about USAGSO, and then there are our regions, so that West Pacific is strategically positioned on the end, and so that for West Pacific news, that you would click on the West Pacific piece, so that you have an opportunity to see as well what is happening across our regions. included on the website is a calendar of events. And it's exciting to see what kinds of events are occurring throughout USAGSO. And I believe that that's it for my portion. And are there any questions about the Stephanie Ortiz-Sidlick's visit, the quarterly newsletter, if you are not receiving that, and then our USAGSO website that we will, I think, what is it, Yvette, that it is linked, I believe, and then within the next month that we will be taking down the old website, and that there will only be the USAGSO website on that. Just want to go back. There are several committees that I have already reached out to in terms of Stephanie has requested a meeting with volunteers, and there are several others that I'll be reaching out today. So thank you. Please let me know as you receive the emails, and we can continue. And if you have any other questions throughout, please just make a note of it if you don't have a chance to ask them now, and we can raise them near the end.
Wonderful. And in the question box, I think these questions have been answered, but I just want to let you know you saw that. So we have a question, is Stephanie visiting any of the OCCs or the overseas committees? That she is, and if there is any specific overseas committees, Ms. Barbara will be reaching out to you directly if she hasn't already. And then we have a question, is the website available now? Yes, it is. And the website address is there in green at the bottom, www.usagso.org. So you can go in and take a look. Let you know we are in the process of updating and getting all of the information that was West Pacific online for that. So if by chance you do come across a link that is not working, please let us know on our West Pacific site so we can update. Okay. And then we have a question here in regards to Stephanie's meeting. It says, I have a number of volunteers who would love to meet with Westpac at least, or USAGSO if possible, to discuss journeys and other things. Getting significant complaints about the journeys. So with that, you don't need to wait. You can send that information in so that we can see exactly what is going on with the journeys. I know there has been several updates of the journeys as they have come through. For the very first ones, they were presented in 2009, so there is updates. So we can see what that is and definitely talk about it. Wonderful. And then for the email newsletter, I have several people who said, Ms. Barbara, they have not received it.
Really? Okay.
So with that, that's great, so that we can take a look at the email address file to make sure that you are included with that, to ensure that you're getting the information as well. If you can go back to your leaders and your OCT members and ask them the same question. We want to make sure people are getting this newsletter, because this is where our information is quarterly about USAGSO, not just West Pacific, all of us. Great. Okay. So on our one more slide we have here, oops, excuse me, I do want to thank those of you who have been submitting your pictures. May it be on your Facebook where you're like, Yvette, go in there, take this really great picture. Or you're putting it in our West Pacific photos@gmail.com site. So on our screen right now, we have a wonderful picture of our Yakuska brownies on the right that are learning their first aid patch. And then we also have our group of juniors in Yokota that were there with the Scary Blossoms, I believe, is the roller derby group that's there at Yokota, having a great time learning skills and leadership with them. So thank you for sharing that information, as well as we have been placing your Bling Your Booth photos on our Facebook. And as we have 2 more weekends of cookies, at the end of that, we will then have a Bling Your Booth poll that we will go out where people will vote on the pictures for the first first, second, and third prize. Alrighty, Miss Barbara, you ready for a registration update?
I'm ready. I'm always excited to talk about registration.
Okay.
Okay, that here is a snapshot of our registration to date, our memberships to date, which includes our adult members as well. That what is not represented as a part of this slide are the memberships that were submitted, I would say, for the past 2 weeks, that we have finished inputting all of the data that we received prior to last week. And so the only memberships that are to be inputted are the ones that were received, I believe, from Tuesday on. So that it's not, we're pretty much, I can remember, I know, seeing a couple in, like I know that Courtney had submitted several others, some more. So that what we can do is definitely send you and not wait for the membership report, but to send you that snapshot. It's very important, and please take your registrars to take the time to go back through those troop rosters and to clean them out now. And I want to thank the ones that have already, because that way we can check and balance with Regina, and that we can make sure that our membership is very, very current on that. That the other, certainly for the groups that are aspiring for the President's Award, that membership is very important, and in terms of making sure that you do have your membership in, and we check and balance that as well. So, do you have any questions about membership? Remember, our membership is tied directly to our NAF funding, that they look at the per girl average on that. And so that we already know that for 2015 that we received a reduction in our membership and a reduction in our funding, and that is due to the membership, the year-end membership number for 2014 as well. So please make sure that you continue to get those reports to Regina as timely as possible. Please review those troop rosters, because we will send those out monthly, and to reconcile those with Regina, and to keep doing the wonderful work that you're doing to inspire the girls and to make them want to participate in our Girl Scout program overseas. Thank you.
Wonderful. And I see we did have a question here in regards to double checking with the membership. Yes, we have received several of you who have sent in your list of those that were not on your troop rosters, and we are in the process of checking on each one of those members. We did see that there were those that turned in change of membership forms and the girls PCS in, and we see that they actually, believe it or not, have some dual membership. So you may have a girl that was in the States and she came from San Jacinto in Texas, and we see that she has her new military address, but the system is still showing her in Texas. So we're in the process of getting that switched over. So don't think that it's not happening. It's just a slow process, as we are 14 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time, so we have to wait for people to get back with us as we're checking our files. But we are updating them so you will have correct rosters. So on that note, let's go on and talk about program. Now, with program, there is something in which people reach out to us and ask. These are pen pal requests. For those of us who've been around for many years, you may remember there was a pen pal network that GSUSA used to host. Well, they no longer host a pen pal network, but we do do occasionally have people who would like to be pen pals with our American troops overseas. So right now we have a Daisy troop that's working on their Global Action Award. We have a Brownie troop in Tennessee and in California that's reached out with us. We have a junior troop in Georgia and Tennessee that reached out. And then we have 2 troops where they did not list their level. I have sent messages out to them in Massachusetts and in New Hampshire that is looking for pen pals. So if you have a troop that is interested in working with a sister troop in the States, please let me know so I can forward that information to the troop leader in the States so they can connect. We definitely want our girls to understand that, yes, there are those in the States that are doing the exact same program they're doing, just as the girls in the States know that our girls in Korea here and in Japan are doing the same program, but we are having different adventures as we're completing our badges and awards, so it would be great to share with them. Another great thing when it comes to thinking about the world of Girl Scouts and Girl Guides is World Thinking Day. So many of you are having activities this upcoming weekend all the way to the first week of March as you're putting on your World Thinking Day events. May it be on your installation, or you may be hosting your host nation Girl Scouts, or this year is the year that the host nation is doing the World Thinking Day. Either way, go out there and enjoy yourself. We also want you to be part of a movement that's happening for World Thinking Day. It's called Guide and Light. This is actually a tradition that was from the past that's being brought out again, and where we set a single candle, or you can have a battery-operated candle, on World Thinking Day in our window to feel connected. And with that, this time, we're saying let's make it bigger. So it's not just a single candle. What can you do in your overseas committees and your troops to show your guiding light? And with this, take a selfie, upload it with a message to share worldwide with the WAGS world. So here it has the address at the bottom where you can share your picture using the hashtag guiding light, tag at Girl Scouts or at WAGS world. There's various ways that you can show the world that here in Japan and Korea, we are sharing our guiding light. And then, of course, with the guiding light, we move into March, and it's Girl Scout Week. It's like, Yvette, it's March. Well, really, February is almost over. Now, there's, in the last the last update that I sent out, I put information in about Girl Scout Week and what you can do there. So we want to make sure that everybody is out there reaching in their community and celebrating Girl Scout Week March 8th to the 14th. Because this is the time that Juliet Gordon-Lowe brought those 18 girls together and started that troop. And we want to make sure that people know that Girl Scouts are on their installation. This is our time and where we share in our week. We want to go out there with our uniforms. It's a great time for the girls to raise flags. Sometimes it may be just at their school, or we've had with installations, they do it in front of headquarters with that. It's the week. There's several pieces of information or collaterals that you can utilize that are in Dropbox, as well as, again, on that update that was sent out that has, with the Sabbath and Sunday, there is a program insert that you can add at the chapels, as well as this is a time where girls may be working on their My Promise, My Faith. We also have the Girl Scout Week proclamation. Last year we had Camp Zama was the one who had the full proclamation, and where we were the representation for USAGSO West Pacific. So you can still do that on your installations as well. We have that in the Dropbox, as well as there is a letter that you can send to your installation letting them know about Girl Scout. I see I had a question come in. Let's see. Okay. We have one where, Zama says they plan to have a booth set up at their Thinking Day celebration to share the guiding light. And it is their media release form all they need for the girls to send their photos that day. Yes, your media form is what you need. And with the Japanese Girl Scouts, with that, they can sign the media release form as well. And those are located in your Dropbox as well as on the website. So this is great. Definitely. I love this. Get the guiding light out there. Wonderful. Any other questions about Girl Scout Week or Thinking Day? Okay. So as we have with Girl Scouts, we have our highest awards that our girls are working towards. They can earn this at any time through the year, maybe fall, winter, summer, or spring. For our younger juniors, they have their bronze award. Our cadets have silver awards, and our seniors and our ambassadors have the gold award. Now, one of the things that we have with our gold award is a USAGSO Gold Award Committee. To earn your gold award, before you can start working on it, you have to actually have it approved by the committee. But for the bronze and the silver, those are actually done on the troop and overseas level. So with that, because the overseas committee management team is the one that approves those, with the individual girls get then, for the bronze and silver, the leaders can purchase those in the shop. Now, one of the things that we will be introducing is a report form, because we want to know what these wonderful junior troops are doing to earn their bronze award and what the cadets are doing to earn their silver award. So that will be a form that they will fill out. The bronze award, the troop leader will fill out. The silver award, the girls will fill out. They'll submit it to you, and then you'll just forward it on to us. And the reason we have it being submitted to the overseas committee first is that we want it to be in your records so that you also know what they did to do their bronze and silver award. We want to keep you in the loop. Now, with that, there are certain requirements to earn the bronze, silver, and gold award. So this is just at a glance, so you can see I'm not going to read all of this. You'll have it in review. The very first thing that I just want to remind everybody is that the requirements for each of these awards are in the Girl Guides to Girl Scouting. That's the book that has the information. So for the bronze, it's in the junior. For the silver, it's in the cadet. And for the gold award, it is in both the senior and ambassador Girl Guide to Girl Scouting. Now, as the girls or the troop is looking at their project and they have to maybe earn extra money to complete their project, they would still fill out that money earning form that you have. It's in your Dropbox, and you approve that. Okay? So the main thing, we're going to just take a look at sustainability. Excuse me as I trip over my word there. For the bronze award, after the project is complete, the girls develop an understanding by talking together about how solutions can be lasting. For the silver award, this is a higher level. Girls may do this as individuals, as a group. So they're demonstrating an understanding of how the sustainability in the project plan and the implementation. And for the gold award, it is a true take action project that includes provisions to ensure that the project is sustainable in their environment, in their community. So with this short at a glance, we can see exactly what the grades are, the overview of the project, what they should be doing, if it is on a global level, how that's going to connect, who approves the project, and the resources that they have for them. This will also be on our website, so you can take a look at this. Okay? Now, with the awards, you can have several different events that can go on so that your girls can learn more about the awards, what they can do, and even learn from each other. There's girls that may have earned their silver, their gold, or their bronze, and they can talk. Now, one of the events that's upcoming here on the Canto Plain is being hosted by Camp Zama. So I want to bring Janet Lee on the line to talk about an event that she will be having later on in the spring to celebrate the girls as they're earning their awards. Miss Janet Lee, are you there?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Can you hear
You
me?
have the floor.
Okay, thank you. I've been in Girl Scouts for about 10 years now, and I've been through a lot of service units and overseas committees where sometime in May or June there will be a ceremony that gets celebrated for girls who have earned bronze, silver, and or gold. And the celebration varies between having a meal or having cookies or just coming up and getting to present your project, maybe having pictures. It varies on the depth of it, but the overall idea is that girls have an opportunity to speak out about their project, not only to community members but to Girl Scouts who are interested in taking the steps to a bronze, silver, or gold. It can be very motivational. We're planning to have a precious metals dinner at Camp Zama. The date I had set aside, May 16th, is turning out to be not a good date for the high schoolers here, so I'm switching it over to potentially June 13th, and that will allow girls to have more time to complete their project and be part of this if they want to speak and present. Otherwise, troops are invited to bring girls. Generally, juniors and up would be the appropriate age level, although I've seen some service units do things with brownies as well. Depends, like I said, on what you want to do. It's good feedback. It's an opportunity for girls to share with each other. And I kind of like it. It works over pretty well. Meanwhile, I've done a lot of bronze, gold, and silver, experience helping girls. Not that I've done any of those myself personally, but I've helped girls do it. So I feel like I have a lot of experience in the process. So I offer you, or if you have any girls who have questions, to go ahead and email me, and I'd be very happy to send information or answer questions based on experience that I've had with girls in the process. So I just want to throw that out there. I've already talked to a girl from Yokota who attended my dine-around this past weekend, and she's very excited to work on a silver and was looking for information. So there are girls out there who are interested. It's just getting the information to them. And a ceremony, precious metal ceremony, is one way of getting information out.
Thank you, Janet Lee. Can you talk a little bit more about the dine-around so they know about that wonderful event you just hosted 2 weekends ago?
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I guess it was 2 weekends ago. I'm still tired. Sometimes I feel like the older girls don't really get an opportunity to just celebrate being an older girl and growing up, So I've been to, I guess, Nation's Capital in D.C. was a big service unit that liked to do our dine-around. And what they would do is they would invite generally high school girls to meet career women of different, careers, and they would have a monthly dine-around because it was a very big, it was a very big service unit, a very popular place. A lot of people were able to do, and so by invitation, high schoolers would get an invitation to attend a dine-around. It never cost anything for the girls. There was monies for it through donations and in the service unit. And girls would come and they would meet other girls from places around the nation's capital. So it wasn't just in their own service unit. It was in the whole capital, nation's capital region. And so it was a great opportunity for high schoolers to meet, career women, meet other high schoolers, and just be, treated like an older person and get information. And so I tried to do that here, but we don't really have that many high schoolers to reach out to. So I included the cadets and up, and we had 20 girls attend, and we had a lot of guest speakers. I got a lot of positive feedback. from both girls and adults, and it was just a really nice experience, a nice thing for girls to take away with them in memory, and looking forward to doing a different one next year. This year we just focused on Girl Scouts as adults, things, their careers, and being a Girl Scout and how it helped them to be in their career and a sisterhood. Next year we might have a different focus. I think the theme is flexible if this is something you would like to do with your older Scouts. Is that what you were looking for in information? Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
You did wonderful, Janet Lee. Thank you so much for sharing information about the precious metals, because even though this is happening here on the Kanto Plain, there is a presentation that was started by Ms. Arwin that Ms. Janet Lee is using, that you can bring it home to your areas, that if you're in Okinawa, Misawa, in Korea, so that you can make that happen there. And then, of course, the Dine Around event was fun. I was very lucky to be included in the event, and it was great. And for you, Janet Lee, I have something here from Eric in Yokota where he says, "Thanks, Zama. My high school girl was so, it's all in capitalized, excited after the Dine Around." So,
awesome.
Impact. Thank you, Mike.
I did meet her. She's a great girl.
Thank you so much, Janet Lee.
You're welcome.
I was just told by Miss Barbara that I was muted, so you didn't hear my wonderful repartee there. So now you've heard about 2 events that have happened here at Zama that you can create in your local area. And if you're on the Kanto Plain, Janet Lee is looking forward to your girls to attend the precious metal event. So I look forward as well to seeing all of our great girls hear about their bronze, silver, and gold award and get some ideas and know that there's support here from you for them to achieve their highest award in their level. So let's take a look at some other program opportunities that are available for our girls. We have our summer camp pathways that are coming up. Now there's 2 things that are going on. We have things happening in West Pacific, but you may have something that's happening locally. And if you do, as we talked about at the OC&T training, I know that was so long ago, but here's the time to remember. We have that pathway request form. So if you're planning on doing a series, a day camp, if you yourself are going to have a 3-day camp weekend, remember to fill out the pathway request form, and you can submit it to me so that we can approve it. And the main thing is we want to make sure that we are getting West Pacific-wide marketing via email, flyer distribution, website, Facebook. We want your events to be successful with that. And even if it's not open to other OCs attending, we still want to know what is going on in our areas so that we can publish this locally. May it be in Stars and Stripes, AFN, or as those learned last year when you have a great event. It may even go on the GSUSA Facebook. So here in West Pacific, we have our Mount Fuji event. So on July 19th through the 22nd, we actually have the Mount Fuji Leadership Adventure. That's the climb, as you see our girls here from last year, on the mountain. So that's $450. Then we have our Mount Fuji Travel Adventure. Now, that's an extended portion, 19th through the 25th. And that allows for girls to have the sightseeing aspect to it. So for our girls who are from Okinawa and Korea, we have a nice little tag piece at the end and where they go out and we explore Tokyo and they go out and see the museums and have a great dinner. Last year they did it at the Alice in Wonderland restaurant, and it was absolutely fun. The girls enjoyed themselves immensely. And then we have our resident camp, which will be full steam ahead. So STEAM stands for the science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. So there's an arts portion to that. The date is to be determined as well as the location, but it will be here on mainland Japan. And as soon as we have that information, we will be sending that out. And our summer program registrations for West Pacific will begin on March 15th. Now, this information about the West Pacific programs will be sent out to our families directly as well with constant contact in our newsletters. But we do encourage our overseas committees to talk it out as we have the information. And we will send flyers to you so that you can disperse that in your local community. So many things going on, Miss Barbara. I am so excited about programming here in West Pacific. How about you?
And we're always thrilled to talk more about the. So, is that that?
Now, one of the programs that is coming to an end is our cookie program here in West Pacific. Well, we have some dates that have passed by and coming up. So February 12th, everyone should have paid. There have the total overseas committee that money is due to West Pacific. February 27th is the last official date of cookie sales. Now, if it happens that you still have cookies, what that happens is that you just reach out, let Angelo know, and it is up to your installation. This is very important. Every one of our installations are different. So, what are you talking about? And this is what I mean. You can have an extension where you may be able to do additional cookie booths at your exchange or at your commissary or wherever you're having it on your base. But it's up to your installation. Some installations are persnickety, and they said, nope, February 27th, it's done, it's over. So for that, you may not be able to have booths. So this is what I suggest to you. Look and see what activities that are upcoming in March and where you can have a table at that event so that you can sell Girl Scout cookies. One of the things that is really funny is that if people know that you're going to have Girl Scout cookies, they see you setting it up during the event, you might even sell out before the event starts because all of the workers buy your cookies. So you may be able to get all of them done in just one event with that. So take a look. If you still have cookies, let Angelo know and what your plans are for that. Then March 16th is the final payment, as well as you are to turn in the after action report. It is due to Angelo. And your cookie manager has all of this information. Just want to make sure that you're in the loop with the dates as well. Now, Bling Your Booth contest is in full swing. Mentioned that earlier. We will be sending out a survey so that people can vote on the pictures. So if you have troops that have not posted their pictures to the West Pacific Facebook site so that we can go ahead and release them and add them on, they need to do so. The other piece is to remind people there is this separate Bling Your Booth contest that has started for GSUSA. And with that one is to go to the GSUSA site. And you never know. We might not only have a group that wins one of our wonderful store certificates that's up to $200 for first place, but they might even win $500 from GSUSA because they're going to be voted on. And that happens in the April timeframe. So please make sure your people are blinging their booth and posting their photos. So with cookies, we also have great things happening with Adult Warning Update. So, cookies is ending. It's award time. So, just to make sure you understand dates, because there are two different dates that are out there. Again, from our OCMT training as well as the Adult Recognition Committee Chair training, all of the paperwork is due to the Overseas Committee. All your troop leaders, your parents, should be turning that into you by Friday, February 21st. And that allows you to put the package together. If you see that endorsement forms are missing, if someone forgot to sign a form, all of this is put together. And then once all your packets are put together, you can scan them, email them. So many of you are emailing, which I love, thank you. You can email those packets to me by March 1st. Okay? And if you are local, you can just drop them in. You can also mail your forms, but we have to have them by March 1st. And then those that are board award level, such as the appreciation pin, honor pin. So appreciation pin is this gold one here. Honor pin is the circle. We also have our thanks badges and our thank badge 2. These are our board award pieces. We actually have a USAGSO committee that reviews those that are nominated for the awards. And then that board committee then sends out those that have been nominated, and we will let you know. So that with these awards, those that have been nominated, we will purchase the pins and they will be sent to the overseas committee so that you can have a presentation. We also, of course, have the President's Award that everyone needs to go for as you're meeting your goals, which is a plaque that is presented. The Volunteer of Excellence, this award here, the Silver Circular Award, this one is approved on your level. So as they're turning in the packets to you and you've approved them, you just pay for the pins for that, as well as the Girl Scout Volunteer Service pins. As they turn in that, you just approve them on your level and pay for the pins. Okay? So again, February 21st, all the information should come to you, so your group or the committee, if you have a recognition committee, can review them, and then March 1st to headquarters. And I've already started receiving awards. I'm so excited. Last year we had several awards that were there. We had a little over 60 awards, I believe, Barbara. Is that correct?
Yes, 62.
I want to see us, I would love for us to double it, but if we could just go over 10 more. 10 more. Let's get into the 70s. Why not? Let's go for the 80s. I think we can do it. Now, also, with our awards, there are things in where we want to make sure that our troop leaders are having a nice enrichment. As Janet Lee was talking about the dying around the precious metal, there's also pieces that we want to make sure that our older girls are focused on. We have so many things that we send out that are geared to the younger girls. Here is a piece that's for Your Voice, Your World. It's our Journey series, The Power of Advocacy. And this is a nice addition to, if your girls have already worked through this journey, here is 7 sessions and where they can sit and take a look at the book again from a different viewpoint and work on it. So we will send out this attachment so that your older girl groups can work on this wonderful journey series and see how they have the power of advocacy so that they can change something they see in their community and make it better. Now, one of the things that you may have received from our global facilitators, we talked about this some time ago, I just want to bring it back up again, is Power Up events. Power Up is a 2 to 3 day training that is held at your location with this, and it's done by a global facilitator. So you may have already received facilitator emails or a phone call from them, and they're looking to set these up. And the great thing about this is that during the training, they'll also hold a facilitated adult learning training, so you could actually have facilitators in your area as well. The application will be sent to you. I believe I also sent it in the update, but we'll send it again with the slides that go here. And with the event, it needs to at least have 3 months in advance planning. So this is a great time as you're looking for something. If you can do it later in the spring, that's great, but it may be something you can look towards the fall, and this is wonderful. I know that for our Korea and I believe our Northern Japan, our global facilitator who's reaching out is Tessa Grubb, and for our mid to lower mainland Japan to Okinawa, it's Tanya King. So those are the 2 names you may see. So if you see those names, take a look at their emails, okay? So they can talk to you about the Power Up events. It's a great opportunity that I encourage everyone to take a look at and see if this is something you wish to do. And then we also have our USAGSO Connect. As it is for this year, instead of having a localized conference. Again, we are going to have an alumni event, and it's going to be held in New York. And so many people are like, why New York? Kind of sounds like, what's that commercial, Barbara? Is it a salsa commercial? When people say, New York City.
Oh, yes. That's
Well,
one of my favorites.
it's a perfect place because this is a time where people from overseas can meet all your friends that have gone back to the States and those that have our true alumni, as we have so many of our military families that have retired. This is a time to come together and to learn from each other, network, hear, share the stories, go out on the veranda, and they have these really great fire pits that are there. Have a campfire. I know August in New York, you still can have a campfire with that. And just connect. That's what this is all about. Now the registration link, they are working on that and it will be available soon. And the great thing about that is you're going to see it on our nice new website. So it'll be on the front page so that people can register as soon as it's available. But please let people know, save that date of August 6th through the 8th. So if they're in the States, this is a great time for them to come up and see their friends before they come back to Japan or Korea. Here in our localized area, we are looking for facilitators. I have been completing facilitated adult learning so that we can have trainers in our area. If you have anyone that is interested in being a facilitator, please let me know. If this may be for outdoor training, or in our last one, we just had people who wanted to help with leadership training. So this is great. There is paperwork that is available on your OCMT Dropbox with that, as well as if they have any questions about what it is to become a facilitator, you can have them contact me directly. All right. So much information was covered. Whew. I talked of a storm there. I see that I had a little question pop in. Let's see if there's something. All right. Oh, we had somebody who asked about the Power Up event specific trainings that are offered. There is a listing of trainings that are offered for that, and the facilitator can let you know the different trainings that they're bringing with them. So there's everything from the facilitated adult learning. It's taking resources to the next level. There is one of I wish I would have known type of roundtable events with that to talk about the resources, what's available, where it's located with that. So there's different pieces and parts that go with the Power Up event, and they can tailor it to your needs. All right. I had somebody who put in a piece here in regards to Your Voice, Your World. How can you get access to that flyer? We will be sending that out to you. So this is great. You'll have that information after the call. And then I had somebody about the outdoor training. We do have a outdoor training happening here on the Kanto Plain in Yokosuka. That is March 7th, and you register through the Yokosuka Overseas Committee, and I will send that information out as well. Okay, wonderful. Oh, whew. So much I talked about there. I think it's time to talk about the shop, because as excited as I am about the program, Miss Barbara, this shop is amazing, isn't it?
Now that I'm loving. I'm loving the way it looks. I am really excited about all of the things that are going on sale, and even more so on sale in the future.
So why don't you tell them all about it?
I can do that because I'm in the store practically every day, not only just shopping for myself and for my family members, but just really looking at what our store manager is looking at for sale. That you can see the Journey bundle packets that are going for 20% off, and the skill building set to your order, and that's going for 20% off. Now that sale will be will only last until the 31st of March on that one. The next one, next slide, talks about our March Madness sale, or our March Madness sale, and it's an additional 20% off. And we're going to be serving ice cream and cake, and the girls will have an opportunity to do some crafts and to earn a patch. And it's just really, you can see just some of the things that are going on sale right now. So that the shop manager has told me that I cannot buy anything else, that I have to save some for our shoppers that are coming in, and to postpone my family's gifts until the day of the sale or even after the sale. So that it's just really exciting to see what so much is going on sale on that one. And I hope that you will be able to join us here in the shop on March 14th, and that's a Saturday. Because one of the things that we've wanted to do, because everyone says, how come you're not open on Saturdays? Why can't we do things on Saturday? Well, this is the Saturday for the shop, and that it's going to last from 10 to 4 p.m., and so that you have a chance to get up, get moving, drive over, and then just buy all of your favorite things, all of your, Girl Scout favorite things.
And it is one of the things that Miss Amanda, our store manager, as she said, all merchandise must go to make room for the new season's inventory. So this is going to be something. You buy a bag, large, medium, and small bag, you come and you fill up that bag with fun patches, jewelry, or anything. It's going to be fun. You need to come out. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Miss Barbara. The shop is looking amazing, people. You got to come and see what's happening down there. It's going to be a fun day for the March Madness, but right now it has a, doesn't it feel, Miss Barbara, that it has like a vibe in it? It's like,
it really is. It's just so high energy. The excitement is growing, and I'm anxious to see what Amanda will be purchasing for some of the new items. And if you have some of your favorites, come in, take a survey, and let's see what you might like to see as she does purchasing for the store.
oh, that's wonderful. I've got to go through the catalog. There's a lot of things. So today we talked about our chief executive of USAGSO is coming to visit us in the next couple of weeks. We have our registration where we are, and to double check your different rosters to make sure you have your members on there. We've heard from Miss Janet Lee in regards to the Dine Around event that happened and the Precious Metal event that is coming up later on this spring. We've taken a look about our summer activities that will be happening here in West Pacific, as well as talking about that pathway form to make sure that you're turning that in if you're planning to have any fun summer pathways in your local area. Again, we have our Adult Awards deadline, making sure that people know February 21st they should be getting the forms to you, and then March 1st should be happening here at headquarters. And then, of course, we have our cookie program coming to an end here in a week or so, making sure that you are taking a look at your inventory, and if you have any additional cookies that will still be on hand after February 27th, talking with Mr. Angelo about the plans that you have to have a couple of more booths, or maybe have an event where you're going to do cookie sales. And then, of course, our shop specials. We had our Patch of the Month that we have here, which was with our Girl Scout Care, and then next month we don't have a patch of the month, but that's because we're having our March Madness sale where everybody's going to get the ice cream social patch that comes. So that's the event. And then, of course, we have all of the other things that will be going on our new website, and we want you to take a look at that. Visit that new website. See what it is. Again, if you see any links that are broken, let us know. And with that, I am going to ask if there is any questions. Please type that in your box here. We have 2 minutes over the hour, but that's okay. We can just talk about and answer any questions here.
While folks are typing in, I'd like to give one announcement. Oh my gosh, Christine Petrie is coming. She is arriving on Friday, February 20th. Christine is our new lead liaison for South Korea and for Okinawa. So that please, you have to participate on March 7th to hear Christine's voice. And she is going to be in town this Saturday. So if there are any activities on mainland, Yvette, do you know of any of the World Thinking Day activities on mainland that we might be able to send Christine out to?
There
So please.
Day events happening, that's for sure.
So let us know. That would be wonderful to get her out and for her to see her very first World Thinking Day overseas. Now, some of you all in Okinawa and South Korea saying, well, wait a minute, how come she can't come to visit us during World Thinking Day? Well, Christina's going to be in process here on Zama before she comes to Okinawa. So she's going to be here a couple of weeks before you all have a chance to see her. But you will be talking to her even before she gets there. So, yay! Don't forget to tune in for the March 17th webinar. Now for the questions.
Okay. I have a piece from Miss Janet Lee here. She says the precious metal ceremony will be on Saturday, June 13th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Camp Zama Community Club, and there will be a Mexican buffet meal. Wonderful! So as we have more information, we will definitely send that out to everyone. Thank you, Miss Janet Lee, for letting us know about that. We have a question in regards to the adult awards due date with that. March 1st is a firm date with that. Later on that week, we actually have the board is meeting 3 days after that to make all of their decisions in regards to the awards. So the Friday, March 6th is definitely too late with that. So March 1st is the date. If there is questions in regards to that, you can contact me directly and we can talk about the presentations as it is. That's for board level. If you have volunteer of excellence or if you have years of service pins, those lower pins, those are done on your level. So that is just, those are the forms being turned into me. But the board higher ones, March 1st is the date. It's a firm deadline. Great questions. Great questions. Okay. And Ms. Janet Lee shared Atsugi and Camp Zama both have Thinking Day ceremonies on Saturday.
Wonderful.
And
thank you.
Eric also shared World Thinking Day is this Saturday from 11 to 2 at USAGSO West Elementary School.
Okay.
So there's a lot. Okay, wonderful. All righty. Those are all of the questions, comments, and concerns at the time being. If there is anything, of course, that you have afterwards where it pops in, you can email us directly and we can answer your questions, or just give us a call. I love talking to people. Those of you who know that, I love phone calls. Our next meeting will be on Tuesday, March 17th at 12 p.m. And as Ms. Barbara said, we will have Miss Christine on the line then so that you can talk to her and hear her wonderful voice and Please be nice. She would only have been here a couple weeks. So with that, she will be able to answer questions. We're going to get her up to speed so we can move on and have some wonderful programs that are upcoming, and talking with all of her wonderful OCs in Korea as well as in Okinawa. Here you see are the next 3 registration dates for March, April, and May. You can register now for those and get it out of the way, or register on the dates then. And on that note, I am going to bring our call to a close. Miss Barbara, do you have anything for the welfare of the group?
Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Have a great day.
Wonderful. Everyone, have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.